You want to know about Parappa the Rapper, huh? It's a lot more convoluted than you think it is. If you think you can handle it, try this video. There's no denying the uniqueness of rhythm games over the years. From button mashing to tapping a touch screen, rhythm games tend to be a fun, expressive, and, well, let's face it, sometimes a downright weird experience. However, rhythm games as a whole owe a lot to a game series that arguably popularized the genre in the late 1990s. I'm of course talking about the Parappa the Rapper series.
You gotta do what? I gotta believe!
The series was created by music producer Masaya Matsuura in collaboration with artist Rodney Greenblatt. Matsuura was interested in making a game where music was the key focus. He just couldn't nail down a good concept for it. Matsuura reached out to Greenblatt, who sent him a few concept designs using characters from his 1994 PC game Dazzleoids. Dazzleoids is a game about a team called the Boredom Banishers who fought the forces of mediocrity set by the Mediocre and his geeky assistant Pin Bleeper. Anyway, the two eventually came up with the idea of Parappa the Rapper. The name itself is sort of a play on words in both English and Japanese. The word Parappa is a variant of the Japanese word paper thin. Couple that with the English word rapper, and well, you got a play on word that transcends language barriers. Wow, you just can't make that stuff up, folks. The plot to the games aren't anything too convoluted. I mean, don't expect anything along the lines of Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings here. We're talking about a rhythm game. Come on. Parappa the Rapper was released in 1996 for the PlayStation 1.
Alright, we're here just sitting in the car. I want you to show me if you can get far.
Step on the gas, step on the gas.
Step on the brakes, step on the brakes.
Now step on the gas, step on the gas.
When I say boom, boom, boom,
say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between.
Come on, let's jam.
Check and turn the signals to the right.
Parappa the Rapper, a great new music video game. Once you played it, you can't get it out of your head.
Check and turn the signals to the right.
It follows the main character Parappa as he pines for the girl of his dreams, Sunny Funny, and hangs out with his friends and gets into all sorts of mischief. You know, the kind of mischief that includes, dealing with bullies, getting a driver's license, earning money in a flea market after totaling his dad's car, baking a cake for Sunny's birthday, going to the bathroom at a gas station. Oh yeah, that's an actual stage.
I need to go, just as bad as you. What I had this morning, I don't even wanna say to you.
And ultimately hopping on stage during a live show to woo the crowd and the love of his life. All while toting his signature catchphrase.
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
That's right. You do your thing, hip-hop dog.
Just leave your troubles at the door, leave your worries behind, leave the rest of
Oh no, stop! It's wrong one! Wrong hip-hop dog! Wrong hip-hop dog! Despite the teasing of a Parappa the Rapper 2 game at the end credits of the first one, in 1999 a spin-off game called Jammer Lammy was released. It focused on a new character named Lammy and her band Milk Can, which consists of Katy Cat and Masan. The game has the same mechanics as its predecessor, except that Lammy doesn't rap, she plays a guitar instead. Just like Parappa, she has a bunch of stuff that she has to deal with in her game. She struggles with an overt shyness that makes her the most adorable and precious character in the universe. However, when she gets her hands on her handy guitar, she transforms into a rock and roll machine, able to take care of herself. And just like Parappa, she touts her own catchphrase.
Yeah, that's right. My guitar's in my mind. Leave it to Lammy.
Move over, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Sega Genesis with your magical dancing attacks. Lammy can straight up lay the smackdown on a couple of bullies using nothing but the power of rock. Lammy stages are just about as wacky as Parappa's. You've got a dream sequence that doubles as a tutorial level. Lammy ends up fighting a fire in order to get through a blockade. Oh, hi, Parappa's mom! Lammy ends up trying to lull babies to sleep with loud classic rock and roll music that sounds like it's coming from a vinyl. She helps co-pilot a plane. She carves out a new guitar with a chainsaw. She gets flung onto an island in the middle of nowhere and has to play for an idol in order to get back. And lastly, she finally gets to play the gig with her band. It's a lot for a little Lammy Lamb. Fun fact. In the original Japanese version of the game, Stage 6, the one with the idol, originally Lammy slips on a banana peel and dies. She freaking dies! Not only that, but the deserted island I mentioned earlier, that was supposed to be hell. Yeah, actual hell. H-E double hockey sticks.
Am I dead? Is this hell? If I'm dead, then the game's over. What a stupid game.
Well, as you can plainly see, this is why they changed the intro to Stage 6 for the US release. Though I gotta say, I really like the gag they do at the end here.
Oh, there's the guitarist! Come on, hurry, hurry! We need you out there!
Huh?
Not yet!
Jammer Lammy was pretty heavy on content too, especially compared to the first game. When you beat a stage, you unlock a special sound morpher that allows you to change the sound of Lammy's guitar. After you beat the entire game, you unlock a mode where Parappa is available. This offers a completely different style to all the games you've played before, along with a pretty small little story mode as you complete each stage with him. You also get a chance to play co-op or versus with one other player. You can either do dual guitars, with another being Lammy, that's a strange monochrome and angry version of Lammy, or Parappa. If you do Parappa versus Lammy, the song changes styles for each player accordingly.
Now, can I please have my food now?
Lastly, we got Parappa The Rapper 2, the direct sequel to Part 1. In this one, we go back to the original formula of rapping. And in the story, Parappa wins a 100-year supply of noodles. Diet and health concerns aside, Parappa decides to visit the love of his life, Sunny, for dinner. To which, of course, he's met with even more noodles.
I know. I got it. No, I can't believe.
Parappa, I didn't know you were such a baby.
Sunny, you floral ice queen, why you gotta do your rapping puppy like that? I mean, can you blame him? He's been eating noodles for like 100 years. Well, he hasn't yet, but he's in that trajectory to eat 100 years of noodles. I mean, why you gotta be so rude? The incident leaves Parappa worried about having angered Sunny. It also leads him to teach a burger joint how to cook burgers again with the help of the owner's dead ghost. Watching a questionable show on TV starring Chop Chop Master Onion teaching the art of love karate. Saving himself and his friends from a Shinkrei gone awry. Military training by an obvious relative of Instructor Mussolini's named Sister Musacia.
Like my sister said, it's not as easy as you say. Remember that phrase again? When I say boom, 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 you say bam, bam, bam. No words in between, come on, let's jam.
Because everybody loves a callback.
Saving Lammy, Katie, Ma-san, and innocent bystanders from a crazed barber.
How about a shave?
No, oh, jeezums, creasums, not that one.
Mira! Let's see who can create the better hairstyle.
Yeah, that one. He also fights all his prior masters in an 8-bit VR video game, confronts the leader of an evil army that's been turning everything into noodles because...
I always like noodles more than burgers. Actually, I love noodles. That's why I'm going to have noodles take over the world.
They really like noodles and want to force them on everyone? And lastly, a celebration reminiscent of all prior games, a big celebration at the end with all the masters on stage, along with MC King Kong Mushi. And of course, you get the old saying,
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
It was cold at night.
and there you have it. That was Parappa the Rapper 1, 2, and Lammy, the pioneers of rhythm games. Well, let's be frank here. In all of the games, the stories are kinda nuts. I mean, it's not like I was expecting anything grounded in reality, but come on! I mean, Lammy, you just said you got like 8 minutes until your show. How you gonna make it if you gotta take a plane there? Why is the plane dancing in the air? And oh my god, how many people are dead in that crash landing on the parking lot? Did Lammy just drop some coins in that parking meter?
I have several questions.
Fun fact. Did you know that Lammy got an actual arcade game back in 1999? It was an arcade cabinet with 2 plastic guitars that you'd play along with the music matching the keys to the frets, you know. Does that sound familiar? Well, it should, because it's kinda like the Rock Band and the Guitar Hero. It's a dang shame that it didn't get more attention. Now it's time to focus on the biggest element of the game, the music. Each stage in all 3 games have a different style, a different feel, a different sound. In the first game, Chop Chop Master Onion's rap has an oriental sound to it, while Instructor Mussolini's rap has more of an old-school hip-hop feel to it. In Lammy, Chief Puddle's rap has a funky feel, while Kathy Pillars has more of a traditional rock and roll sound. In Parappa The Rapper 2, Hairdresser Octopus's rap has a bit of a pop music flow to it, while Beardburger Master's rap sounds like it came straight from the 70s. There's variety in each and every single song, and each and every single one is as catchy as the last one. How do I know? Whoa, ho, ho, ho! Stop the car! We got an emergency, can't you see? Do you know why we stopped the car?
Do I know why we stopped the car?
Yes!
Yes.
What?
What?
I'm in the house. Here it comes. Extra, extra. Read all about it. The best burgers in town from all around. People from around the world come and get it. The line goes around like a merry-go-round.
I just know, okay? What doesn't always work, though, unfortunately, are the game mechanics. Let me explain. The gameplay itself is pretty simple. Match your rap master's prompts in order to score points. If you don't do it just right, you start losing points, or worse, your grade drops from good to bad, and ultimately to awful. If you don't bring your grade back up to good by the end of the song, or if you score badly twice under the awful rating, you get smacked with a game over and you'll have to do it all over again.
Start all over. You should be banned from every game.
From every game? Even this one?
That itself isn't the problem, though. It's the way the game judges how good your raps are that's the problem. Sometimes matching the button presses perfectly results in a negative score, so it's hard to gauge what the game expects you to do. I mean, if pressing the buttons exactly the way they show you doesn't work, I mean, what will? This is something that's amplified in the spiritual successor to the first game, Lammy. It's arguably the hardest game of the 3 games, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the fact that you don't rap and instead you strum on a guitar that complements the master's lyrics. Or, heck, I don't know. I just know that I ain't the only one that has a tough time with it. That's all I'm saying. One of the unique features in all 3 games is when you start getting scored badly, the music changes. If you get bumped down to bad or awful, the music changes to, well, bad or awful.
Now turn to the left.
Now turn right.
But if you somehow manage to get to the ever-elusive cool rating, the game lets you freestyle to your heart's content until the song either finishes or you get bumped back down to good. Although there's one thing about that. Nobody really knows how to get to cool. Some people figured it out. All I know is I really haven't figured it out. I mean, you don't worry though. You'll get a lot of practice if you end up failing on a song. Believe me, I know. I mean, honestly, the difficulty on these games sometimes makes it feel like you need to practice the dark magical arts in order to get through some of them. I'm looking at you, cheap chicken!
We're making us a cake that you've never seen before. We're making us a cake that you've never seen before.
Hey! Don't you be laying eggs on me. It's bad enough I gotta figure out your magical, nondescript scoring methods. And I don't need a baby chicken to be yelling at me. You get back in there. In my opinion, the game series never got the recognition and success it deserved. It single-handedly paved the way for countless other rhythm games that are all too common nowadays. It was, at least, popular enough to lead to the creation of 2 anime series starring most of the main characters from the games. I say most because, for some strange reason, Lammy is pretty much left out from both of them. In the first anime series, she only received an unacknowledged silent cameo, while in the other series, she pops in at the end of an episode. Lammy deserves more recognition, dang it! I don't care if her game is hard as heck and reduced me to a curled up child crying to himself in the fetal position when I was a kid. I swear I'm gonna make a Lammy Awareness Society organization or something. It's criminal. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe to, know what's coming out next. And as always, remember...
Leave it to Lammy!
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
Oh man, such a beautiful thing.